So you might be aware that there's a giant market for Counter-Strike skins. And Valve just made a huge update to the way that system works that has caused a lot of people to lose a lot of money. In some cases, their lives are actually ruined. Some people even literally taking their own lives over this, apparently. I'll explain what went down a bit more in a second. This change doesn't make Valve evil. Valve probably sees this change as a way of making more money, but also benefiting the majority of players. It's really the Krakens who seem to be getting hurt here, and of course Valve has no duty to maximize the profits of Krakens that are trying to flip skins. And it sounds like the average player is viewing this update as a helpful and beneficial change. The people really taking losses here are those who were using Counter-Strike skins as like a significant alternative investment. And people need to understand the risks of these sort of things when they willingly decide to make investments like this. You know, alternative investments in general tend to be quite risky, significantly more risky than a lot of other investments you can make, whether that's in a safe standard index fund, a blue chip company, or even like a mid cap or something. Conversely, that means a lot of people have also made a lot of money off Counter-Strike skins. Although today, we're going to be talking about the losses. Okay, with that intro out of the way, what exactly happened here? It all comes down to Counter-Strike's trade-up contract system. Before this update, knife and glove skins could only be obtained from loot boxes called crates at an extremely low rate. We're talking far below 1%. This meant that anyone wanting a knife or glove skin had to likely open hundreds of loot boxes just to get one, or they could purchase the skin from the market. Of course, these skins went for a lot of money to say the least, and so Krakens would gamble on loot boxes to try and open these skins, or buy some from the market to try and flip for profit. However, with this new update, a new way of obtaining knife and glove skins was added via the trade-up contract system, as now players can trade in their lower rarity red items up into gold rarity, which is the rarity tier that knives and gloves are in. And so this new method of obtaining them allows players to circumvent the prior methods that required opening an absurd amount of loot boxes or making that direct marketplace purchase. This resulting in an influx of knives and gloves and crashing the knife glove market. On the flip side though, many players with lower rarity reds are seeing their assets get a bit of a boost in price as their usefulness just skyrocketed. Nevertheless, this has led to some tragedies already where, for example, allegedly a Chinese student jumped off a building today after this update, destroyed their Counter-Strike portfolio, so to speak. And this set of messages that's been getting shared around the internet now, which reads, "This is the end, I'm reset. I've been developing a Steam trading strategy for a long time. I have about 40 different knives in my inventory, from a Navaja to a Doppler butterfly. Now they'll all cost 0 thanks to the new update." A follow-up message reading, "On behalf of the Matsuoka community, I would like to sadly announce that our main admin took their life during a live Discord conversation. Our condolences go out to his family. Take care of yourselves and your loved ones." It's certainly a tragedy as mentioned. People really need to be careful with the sort of investments they make, especially if they're putting a significant amount of money, or maybe even they're putting in all of their investment money into one asset, especially if that asset is Counter-Strike skins. Let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments though. That is the news. I'll see you there in the comments and in the next one.